As the boycott of Israeli goods and products continues, another aspect is the cultural boycott of Israel. Many protesters take to the Arab-Israeli question as a motivation. But what do Jewish people in the UK think of the cultural boycotts? JN1 spoke to Tal Ofer, a member of the European Jewish Parliament. He began by describing the activities of one main protest group.
There is a movement called BDS, who is really vocal, militant about attempts to boycott Israeli artists, academics, and any other form of Israeli arts that comes to the UK. Recently, they tried to ban a dance group called Batsheva in the Edinburgh Festival, and before that they tried to boycott Habima, which is a theatre which came to the Shakespeare Globe to perform.
The main wave of boycotts against Israel began in 2005, and aside from encouraging people to boycott Israeli products, they also target Israeli sporting, cultural and academic institutions. Sanctions have been placed on Israeli diplomatic and economic forums. In light of recent cultural boycotts in the UK, Mr. Ofer argues that art should not be subject to censorship.
My opinion is that a cultural boycott is an attempt of cultural terrorism, because real people, real genuine culture and art supporters would not choose to boycott or to single out one country. I would give you another example. At the Edinburgh Festival, the legendary Mariinsky Theatre came to perform from Russia. I didn't hear anyone following the human rights abuses and situation in Russia calling to boycott the Mariinsky Theatre, and it would be a mistake to do that, because you can't and you shouldn't censor art. You know, there are politicians that can do the job, you know, and to discuss and negotiate the problems between countries, but it's counterproductive to come and to attempt to boycott art, because it's not going to achieve anything.
Events have been organised to promote Israeli culture in the UK, and several campaign groups such as Fair Play and Stand With Us have also been set up to counter activities of boycott groups. The European Jewish Parliament has also been involved in attempts to counter the cultural boycott of Habima.
I attended the Habima counter demonstration. It was really successful. All their attempts to interrupt and disrupt the show were dealt with quite professionally by the security guards. So it was really good to see that it was dealt with effectively. It was organized by a few Jewish organizations together with the European Jewish Parliament, of which I'm a member. We came outside the Shakespeare Globe Theatre. We had banners, we had flags, we put some Israeli songs, Israeli music to counter the demonstration of the BDS movement, who mainly chanted apartheid slogans and anti-Semitic chants against Israel, against ourselves. We really outnumbered them. We were a few hundreds of us there, and inside there were few of them trying to disrupt the show, but gladly the security guards did an excellent job, and they evict them quite quickly.
With his belief that cultural boycotts are an attempt of cultural terrorism, Mr. Ofer argues that the protest movement should seek alternative ways to get their point across.
And I think that if those so-called pro-Palestinian supporters would concentrate their efforts on supporting real Palestinian initiatives, I think they can probably achieve more things towards peace than by just creating this environment and hatred against Israel.
Tal Ofer also believes that more can be done to ensure that the boycotts do not continue.
The Israeli government obviously supports the academics and the artists who are coming to visit the UK. The UK government obviously need to do more. It just can't allow everyone to abuse, you know, the freedom of speech, to go into stores who sell Israeli and Jewish products, and, you know, to act violently and aggressively against staff, and to cause damage to premises, as happened in the past in some places, like a store in Covent Garden of some Israeli company.
Mr. Ofer believes it's important for the European Jewish Parliament and other organisations to continue working together to ensure the interests of the Jewish community are met. Many Jewish people see the boycott as counterproductive. Moreover, there are those that argue that governments alone should deal with the issue surrounding the boycott. This is Celestina Olulode for JN1 in London.